Well, folks, it has finally happened. It's finally happened. I officially ran out of ideas, and here we go. Finally scraping the bottom of the barrel of YouTube content. And there, let's get a nice 800 by 800 perfect size for a YouTube channel icon. There we go. 800 by 800. So what am I doing, you may ask? Well, I've decided I'm going to create a Sonic OC, original character, and it's gonna have a no, it's not gonna have a backstory. Who do I think I am? Michael Jordan or something? No, no way, Jose. So I've got an 800 by 800 canvas. So let's brainstorm some ideas. Okay, let's use a pencil. I want a slightly larger size so that I don't have any problems using the fill tool. So we're at about 100% here. I don't know if I want to draw zoomed out. But anyway, the way you draw any Sonic character is, of course, he's got a body. All right, so there you go. That's a body. It's a bit of crudely drawn one. Man, I'm terrible at drawing with a mouse. I really should get some sort of pad or something because I can draw a lot better with my hands. And you've got a head. Head usually has a roundish shape, but in Sonic's case, it of course has the hedgehog spikes. No, I'm not trying to draw Sonic. I'm not trying to draw seriously at the moment either. And of course, you've got the arms that come out, and there you go. It's a sort of crude, and don't forget, a white glove. Yeah, that's right. Classic cartoonist white glove. And we're gonna do the other one. I'm gonna do a four-finger hand. Thumb doesn't have to be exact. And there you go. And the legs are kind of like the arms. We'll just have them flare out here because I'm putting a shoe on him. So a nice little boot here. Look at that. A nice military boot. He knows what's up. And if you do know what's up, then tell me what's up, because, well, obviously sky's up, sun's up, and there you go. Eyes. Now Sonic famously has linked eyes, so it's sort of like that. And depending on which gen you're looking at, there may be a division here. And then facial features can be whatever you want. But notably, not all Sonic characters have linked eyes. Tails, for example, is frequently shown having I guess you could call it a little partition between the eyes, little nasal ridge there. It's so I'm actually gonna go with that kind of design. I know it might be a bit controversial drawing. I think they're called Mobians, but there you go. In fact, I'm gonna save this just for posterity. So save as Sonic template. Actually, no, I can't do that right now. I have to first zoom in and make sure all the lines are connected so that, there we go. It's there we go. I need to make sure it's all sealed up so that if somebody uses the fill tool, it'll work correctly and we don't end up having any problems there. So just link that up, and there you go. Now, because I drew it zoomed out, it's got a little bit of a blocky look to it, but you know what? That's cool. But that's not my OC. That I was just doing some preliminary drawing, just demonstrating to everyone that I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Save as PNG. You know what? Who cares? PNG! It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Sonic character template. I don't think anyone can see what I'm typing right now. Nobody, okay, nobody can see the save window. That's fine. I don't care if you see the save window, because you know what? There may be something here giving away my identity. No, actually there isn't. I never take pictures of myself, funnily enough. I messed up. I just realized. There you go. There you go. Okay, just to double check. That's another place I messed up. And I think everywhere else is sealed. Oh, no, there's Containment Breach, SCP Containment Breach. Amazing game, not sponsored. All right, and we're going to save that. Not going to use the save as, since, let's be honest, it's not going to be a version update. Okay, so this is the Sonic character template. But you know what? It's pretty trashy, so I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to erase it. So what I'm going to do here is watch this. This is a pretty cheeky way to erase. I don't know if everybody knows about this, but this is a secret erasing technique used by the meme masters. Okay, the Paint meme masters, Microsoft Paint. You just use the select tool, select everything that you want to erase, press delete on your keyboard. Done and dusted. Okay, so now let's get serious. So I'm gonna operate, since it doesn't actually fill up, by that I mean, since the canvas is too large to actually fill up my entire, is too large to fit onto my screen. I'm going to actually work with the bottom of the canvas rather than the top, because you know what? Who cares about the top, okay? Who cares? I don't care. You don't care, probably. If anybody cares, you're fired. Okay, so here we go. Let's use a little pencil tool, and we're gonna begin drawing here. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit of editing here or there, but okay. So style-wise, feet in military boots. I kind of like that. Not gonna lie, it's pretty dope. Not drug-wise, you know, kids, don't do drugs. If you're doing drugs, that's a problem. And I'm not just talking about illegal drugs. I mean, it's okay to do legal drugs, as in medically prescribed drugs for a condition. But if you're living on painkillers, if you're living on NSAIDs, your kidneys are going to be ruined. Okay, just telling you right now. Don't take more NSAIDs if you don't need to take NSAIDs. Just saying. Trust me. That's some worthwhile advice. You're gonna thank me later. All right. So, classic Egyptian style. You put the limbs. No, not the limbs. The feet and the head facing sideways, but the body is facing the onlooker. It's a classic style that I'm ripping right out of Egyptian hieroglyphics, seeing as I am a historical expert, and drawing a character that is sort of based on an animal is also, in my opinion, pretty cool, in a sense, because I am a biology major. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a biology major. I'm a biology grand marshal. That's right. Anybody who thinks that biology is a science that does not conform to my ideals, you better be ready, because I'm gonna burst out like the Kool-Aid Man, breaking down all the walls, the glass ceilings, and I'm gonna show you all what's up. Okay, so we're gonna draw the legs here. I don't know how long I'm gonna do the legs. Now, of course, Sonic characters have legs that shouldn't be too long, but they should be long enough that they don't look like little stubby legs, okay? You know what I'm saying? You don't want Toad, okay? Toad from Super Mario, that's a bad idea. Now the question is, should I do a knee? A knee is a big question. So, uh, it's not going to be straight anyway. So if you want to believe that there's a knee in there somewhere, that's okay. I don't really mind that much, but there you go. And the leg widens slightly, as you may notice, as we go up. And that's sort of like my real life leg. You've got the lower leg with the calf muscle. It's kind of, well, this character doesn't have one. But then you go to your thigh, and your thigh is a lot meatier than your lower leg. And of course, that means it's going to be wider. And I've got some pretty meaty thighs, actually pretty lean on my thighs, although I do have a pretty fat belly. I am quite lean in my thighs, very muscular in my thighs. I do martial arts, but I've pretty weak arms though because I don't lift. So yeah, that's what happens. Oh man, yeah, train with national champions, but you still don't lift. Feels bad, man. Okay, now the main body. Are the legs a bit too stubby? Let's go up maybe a little bit more, a little bit more. Uh, I don't want to make him too tall. Don't want to have a Mrs. Pac-Man situation where the legs are a bit long and it looks like a round body with absurdly long legs, and that's not what I want. That's absolutely not what I want. All right. So, time for the body. Okay. So the body, we're gonna make it not too round here. Of course, it's still gonna be kind of round, but it's not gonna be too round. So, look at that, kind of a rounded rectangle shape here, and the shoulders. Look at that, pulling it in. There we go. And the question is the neck question. Now I'm gonna tab out here and see if I can find a little picture of Sonic. Let's see, what does Sonic look like? I've never played a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Just gonna come straight out of the gate. Say, well, it's not straight out of the gate. I'm halfway through drawing a character now. Okay, Sonic actually doesn't generally have a neck, or at least you don't see a neck on Sonic. And of course, the limbs are pretty freeform. They don't really have any evident joint except when the limbs are bent. So limbs are pretty spindly too. So maybe my limbs are a bit too chubby. But you know what? This character is a bodybuilder. He's got some big muscles. So and also Sonic has 5 fingers. I just noticed. So my template drawing is a bit inaccurate. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Okay, so time to do the next step here. Okay, head. This is gonna be a bit interesting. So I'm just gonna pull up another image for reference that you cannot see, just so that everybody knows that I am looking at something, and that's why nothing's happening on the screen. All right. Okay, I see what I'm looking at, and I think I know how to do it. So the standard Sonic position of having a head on a body is actually not good with what I'm trying to do here. So instead, I'm going to have a head that's almost merged with a body. Or at least there is a neck, but you can't see the neck because of the skin of a character, in the sense that this character doesn't actually have fur or little spikes, but this character has feathers. Yeah, that's right. I am making a bird. That's right. You ready for this? All right. So let's get back and go here. Okay. So we're gonna have a nice head here. Nice head. Maybe too flat on top, but there we go. And just taking another look for reference. All right, I see how it is. That's how it is. Okay. So, next step, we're gonna do this. All right, you ready for this? You ready for this? Oh yeah, look at that. That's right. That's right. Okay, and just for actually no, we have to draw it. Okay, but I'm gonna zoom in to do this better. Okay. Should actually use a thinner line here. So let's go for some facial features here. So what we're gonna do here is, of course, if you know anything about drawing faces, eyes should be maybe halfway or just above halfway up. So we're gonna get some eyes here. So the eyes here are going to actually be quite round because this character here is an owl. Sonic's a hedgehog, but my character is an owl. And let's try to make the eyes at least a similar size. And then we're gonna make a pupil, and the iris is just gonna be fully colored. Just saying it right off the bat, the iris is going to be fully colored. So we've got the pupil, and now it's time for the beak. Now, just to tabbing out here for a moment. So the beak actually is a very, for owls, is usually straight up and down beak. So it's gonna be kind of like, well, sort of looking like an oval, like that. And a couple of nostrils here, because a lot of birds have nostrils in their beaks. Just saying, you know, I am a biology grand marshal. Nobody's gonna take that away from me. So there you go. We've got the face down. So now it's time to do the limbs. So let's. This might be a bit too tall, but you know what? That's fine. Now the question is, should I make the limbs detached from the body? Should the limbs be a different color from the main body? And so Sonic, of course, has a primary and a secondary color. His face has a color, and then the main part of the body, the main spikes as a hedgehog, or the hair, you could call it, is a different color. So I'm gonna say the primary color is gonna be this. I'm gonna do the same thing as with Sonic. So we're actually gonna keep the legs the same color as the main body. So I'm gonna keep the line here though, just so that there's a clear distinction. However, the arms are going to be the same color as the face. So we're gonna do that. Okay. So we've got some shoulders here, and what's the best way to do this? Okay, so we can actually let's do one of these. There we go. There you go. It's not quite T-pose, but you know, somebody's ready for action when they've got both their arms, you know, in that down position. So I'm actually looking at my hands right now just to make sure I'm gonna draw the thumbs on the correct side of the hand. Just because, well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't do this kind of drawing quite a lot. So okay, I'm holding my hand, my right hand right now. I'm holding it to the left side of my body so that I'm kind of paralleling the position of the character's right hand. So I know where to draw the thumb here. All right, so here we go. It's time to do the glove. And Sonic's glove has a wide bit, an edge bit where it's a bit rolled up. So we're gonna do the same thing just to keep consistency with the character. consistency with the art style, that is. And we're going to do that. So now from there, we're doing the fingers. So 1, 2. That's right. That's just the pinky finger. You know it's going to be small. But the other fingers are about the same length. 3. And, of course, the thumb, which is also kind of a talon. There you go. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So it's kind of like an iguanodon situation where you've got a bit of a thumb, but it's also kind of a claw or a talon. And let's go a 1. This one might be a bit longer than the other side. A 2, a 3. That's a fat finger, eh? A 4. And a 5. Look at that. You know a guy means business when he's got a thumb like that. That's when you know you mean business. It also means if you're gonna hook your thumb onto something, you're really grabbing it. So, okay. So I've drawn the character mostly, but I still need to finish it up. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so well, first of all, this needs to be connected so that when I do the paint fill, it's not going to do anything. Let me just see if anything else is disconnected. Okay, let's remove that bit. I'm gonna right-click this region. It's a bit not how I want it. So there you go. That's fixed. Pinky finger is a bit small. You know what? Let's fix that. Let's make it a bit wider. So there we go. That's fixed a bit. And the legs, they're going to be fine. Okay, so the question becomes at this point, should I make a center portion of the chest a different color? Now, that's, I think, a very interesting question. And owls generally can have that to some extent. It's not a fully different color, but it usually is a bit different than the main plumage. So, actually, speaking of plumage, is there anything I can do here? Of course, the ears. Oh, why didn't I think of that? The ears. A lot of owls have little feathers that come out the top. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right here. Whammo. Whammo. And we're going to cut that out. Cut that out as well. And you know what? I'm going for it. So actually, a funny story today, I actually had some cyanide poisoning. Just out of the blue, I actually got poisoned with some cyanide. And how did that happen, you may ask? Well, I was eating some Donauwelle. It's a German pastry, and there were some cherry pits in it. And I when I eat food and somebody left a cherry pit in, I usually swallow it. Because it's no problem. It goes right through. It's easier than spitting it out and then disposing of it in some way. I mean, that's how lazy I am. It's actually quite embarrassing. But I got some cyanide poisoning because there were 2 pits in the one I was eating, which is very rare, and which is actually very rare for most people, not rare for me, because it happens to me all the time, but everybody else in my family never gets the pits. It's sort of weird. I've always got the magnet for the pits. If we're having some stew and there was a bay leaf in the stew, you better believe it's going to be in my bowl. That's just how it ends up. If we're eating fish and there's a bone in the fish, it's in my fish. I don't know what's happening, but something's happening to me. So anyway, the first cherry pit I just swallowed normally. The second one, as I was eating, I just bit into a bit of the Donauwelle, and my teeth, because I've got strong jaws, sharp teeth, just ripped right through the cherry pit and entirely crushed it. And I still swallowed it because I thought, well, cherry pits, I don't know about cherry pits. And then afterwards, I looked it up, and, well, let's just say it was a rather unpleasant situation. Because I found out that they are in fact poisonous. They contain amygdalin, which can turn into cyanide when it's metabolized. So, and unfortunately, the websites that I had found were telling me that just 2 could kill you, and I had crushed 1 and eaten it. Now, of course, if you don't crush it, it's not. If it's undamaged on the outside, there's no problem. If you swallow it, it'll just go through. But be careful, if you have too much, it's going to block up your system, and that's actually pretty bad if your digestive tract is blocked up. So I'm gonna go with a bit of a brown here, maybe a bit of a reddish brown, just I don't know. I'm moving up. Bit of autumn color. There we go. Gonna use that. So that's the color I'm gonna use for the main fill. Look at that. That's not exactly what I wanted to do. We're gonna, nope. Man, I'm always terrible at targeting. It's okay. It's not the pixel at the end of the paint can. Which pixel is it that I have to use? Okay. So it's, nope. So apparently a lot of different websites actually have incorrect information on how poisonous cherry pits are, because it turns out, no, I just saved over my Sonic character template. Oh well. I should have done save as beforehand. Just a moment. I'm gonna have to stop recording for a minute. Somebody's knocking at my door. All right, so back on track. I had swallowed the cherry pit. I'm gonna actually save this as right now, and OC, and then I'm gonna, let's see if I can reclaim my character template. I cannot reclaim my character template. Okay. Well, it's gone forever. It's gone forever. That's just how it's gonna be. So a lot of different websites have a false information. The information is absolutely wrong on a lot of different websites. Okay, let's just get really in close so that I can get this accurate. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. And we're also doing a leg set color. Now the face, that's going to be a different color. So let's get the right color for that. So we're going to go, actually we're going to go this color but lighter. A bit lighter. Maybe in a different range a bit. Maybe a bit richer there. Okay, so there we go. No, that's a bit too close. So it's actually what the person from Poison Control said was that it's actually more in the range of 10 to upwards of 15 was actually the number that was told me, that if you ingested upwards of 15, then it can start getting poisonous. Lethal, that is. And I had only crushed 1. But before that, I thought I need to vomit immediately because I read on this website that it was that just just two could kill you, and so I tried to do the trick where you put your fingers up your throat, and my throat still hurts from that, and just try to vomit. And after a couple of mouthfuls of vomit came out, it just stopped working as a trick. I guess I had gotten used to it, and I just wouldn't vomit anymore. So I was eager to go to the store to get something to get me to vomit, the drugstore. But unfortunately, there was no such thing available for me. So the color of the shoes, first of all, shoe soles, obviously black. Well, no, we can't put them black. And the reason we can't put them on black is because the outline is on black. So we need to put them on a very dark gray. There we go. And the shoes themselves are going to be a different color. They're going to be, what's a dope shoe color? I generally only wear gray shoes or black shoes. That's just my style. I know a lot of people wear white shoes. Don't know why. It get really dirty out. Get really dirty out in their town. Let's go some blue. Some deep blue. There we go. Oh, that's looking pretty sweet. And the gloves, I think they can stay white. So now the next step is the iris. So the iris, we want to make that maybe orange is a bit off. Let's maybe go purple. Sort of, no, not a purple. A sort of violet, magenta, pink. That could be something. Let's do it. Pupils obviously are going to be black though, so let's fill that in. And let's give it a nice zoom here. A real nice zoom, in fact. Okay, we're on max zoom now, and I'm gonna add some highlight touches to that. So we're gonna use a watercolor brush on the smallest. That's too large. Guess we're gonna have to do this. We're just gonna add some radiance to the iris, some brilliance. Look at that. Look at that color contrast. Doesn't that give you cancer just looking at it? So anyway, in the end, I ended up not vomiting out everything and just waiting it out, and I ended up being fine. I probably was mildly affected somewhat, but not so much that it was something highly noticeable. So in the end, if you don't know if something is poisonous, just don't eat it. Don't think, it's not poisonous, and eat it anyway. That's my advice. Don't eat the seeds of drupes. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay, so look at that. We're really finishing up. So let's have some character quotes here. What accent do I want my character to have? Gotta go fast. You're too slow. You're too slow. Gotta go fast. You're too slow. You're too slow. There we go. Okay, so let's look at that. Oh, looks kind of cool. I'm actually quite impressed. Looks kind of cool. That's my Sonic OC. So now let's get a dope background on it. And I'm gonna... Ooh, what's the background color gonna be? Let's start out with a lavender, but let's edit it a bit. Let's go maybe a pink, something like that. Add to custom. I'm gonna use that as a background, and we'll see what that looks like. So actually, that's not really my style. Let's go there instead. There we go. That's a nice color. That's a nice color. And do I want to add any accents to the background? Actually, no, I do not, because it's gonna be pretty cancerous anyway. So that's my Sonic OC, everyone. And that's also the story of how I survived cyanide poisoning, even though, let's be honest, it's the very mildest form of cyanide poisoning possible. Just 1/15th way to lethal. Not really what you could call heavily poisoned, but you know what? You got it. All right. So that's what an owl looks like. So I'm gonna save that. And I'm gonna see you all in a bit. And I'm back, and look at that. I'm currently submitting my little art piece to DeviantArt. Top cancer, Talon the Owl. And there you go. Bet you didn't know I had a DeviantArt account, eh? Hey. So we're gonna write a little description here. We're gonna say my brand new Sonic OC. Praise Keck. Oh no, that's gonna be a bit too memey, a bit too saucy, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. And what Anthro is Anthro? Digital media, drawings, comic animals. I've never done this before. Cartoons and comics. I don't know what category it is. I don't know what category it is. Fan art. Anthro. Games, I suppose it would be that. Or cartoons and comics. Is it anthro? I'd say it's anthropomorphic. So yeah, I'll put it. Yeah, that looks kind of like what I'm doing. Okay. Anthropomorphic artwork based on games created using computer software. Yeah. Praise Keck. Oh, and I have to make sure I put credentials on here. 100% authentic MS Paint. Praise Keck. There you go. And we're gonna put some tags on here. So we have to use number symbol. So it's kind of like Twitter, like the Twitter, as the young children say. So we're gonna say, I don't think I have to capitalize this. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic fan character. Exactly what I'm looking for. And we're also gonna say Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic fan characters. That we're really getting somewhere. And we're gonna say that, oh man, I'm not used to using the keyboard. Sonic the Hedgehog, MLG. MLG! Yes! MLG! Why not? And we're gonna justify with an abstract. Let's see. Abstract. Abstract surreal. It's not a false tag. It's kind of abstract. And we're gonna put owl. There we go. Is there any other? Oh, maybe MS Paint. MS Paint. I didn't know there was a tag for that. Let's see, what else can we find? Microphilia. Holy cannoli. Deviant art indeed. Microsoft Paint. You gotta get it. And Bill Gates. And of course I'm gonna tag it with myself, of course. Anawultus. There we go. There we go. And that's it. Enter. There we have it. There we have it. And allow comments, request critiques. Not gonna do that. I don't know where I'm burping from, really. Creative Commons license? Yes. You know what? Yeah. You know, if you want to use my image, sure. I don't mind if people use my image. If you want to use the image to promote yourself, sure. Yeah. And I'm gonna put a sort of medium thing. Just be sure that you're not saying it's yours, okay? And that's good. You can use this. You can modify this. You can make a high detailed version of it, and there we go. There we go. There we have it. And I think that's all I really want to do here. So terms of service, submission, privacy policy. There we go. Deviant art. I'm now a deviant in a non-sexual manner, in an artistic manner, maybe a little bit autistic, judging by this. Not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily in the standard quality. It's a bit off-centered. Look at that, staring right into your soul. Claws, look at that. Talon the Owl. Talon the Owl is the next big character. It's the next Mickey Mouse. The next Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at that, Sonic and Tails. Look at that. Look at that shoddy quality compared to this. This is a true masterpiece. My brand new Sonic OC 100% authentic MS Paint. Praise Keck. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's it, really. That's all that's all I wanted to say about that. So thank you all for watching, and I guess we'll just leave it at that. Goodbye.